Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for the season 3 finale of The Chi. Okay, it's episode 10, but it's the season finale or whatever. Yes, I'm in a onesie, a whole Harry Potter onesie, because I was not in the mood to even put on my regular house dress. I'm like, honey, it's cold with my air blowing, so this is what it is, okay? Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Let's get ready to do it. Y'all ready to breathe? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, and remember to relax, to relate, to release, and to center yourself and anyone around you. I tell you all the time, sometimes we be so wrapped up in life, we forget to breathe. So always remember to inhale, exhale at all the times or whatever. Do not forget to also like this video, to comment in the comment section. You can also hit the share button to share it to your social media. You can follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. Look, okay. This is the season finale. I don't think season 3 was bad. Let me say that first of all. I don't think it was bad. I think they told a story. It's just, it was a bit different than how seasons 1 and season 2 went. I do hope they get a season 4. If they go the route I think they're going in season 4, it'll probably get back around to how seasons 1 and 2 was. I think people will enjoy it a little bit more. I think this is, again, is that one, every show who has multiple seasons, it's always one season that everyone doesn't really like that much. I think this is that season for The Chi. But again, I don't think it was a bad season. It was just different. It was just different. You know what I'm saying? Like purple and blue is 2 different colors, but we still like colors. Okay, so we see the episode starts off with Ronnie's funeral. Okay, we know Ronnie was killed, in the last episode or whatever. I was like, girl, it made me mad. We see each person kind of saying things about him, Papa Preacher Daddy up there preaching or whatever. We see Ronnie 2 friends get up and tell us they're gonna miss him and everything. So people saying this and saying that. We see she gets up and say, I'll miss you. And then we see Keisha gets up and she walks to the casket and she puts down roses and she just quietly says, thank you, because again, he saved her whole life. Okay, and we then see they all going to the gravesite, everybody walking and everything. And it's a different little conversation as they're walking and stuff. Okay, we see Emmett talking to his mama Jada. I can't believe they killed him in front of my restaurant on opening day. She like, nigga, stop being selfish and being dumb. Okay, don't be stupid fool. Somebody died, Emmett. He like, I know. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, we then see Keisha walking or whatever. Emmett kind of catches up to her. And then, like, how you doing? She's like, I'm okay or whatever. But I don't know who to talk to about certain things and whatnot. And I won't talk to you about it. He's like, no, you can talk to me. What's going on or whatever. She's like, I'm pregnant. He was like, what? Whoa. Okay. Well, for the first time, a girl told me she's pregnant, and I know it ain't my baby. I'm looking like, now why the fuck would you say that? She like, bye, Emmett. Well, I was trying to, lighten the load. Don't do that, okay? Look, okay, fine. What you gonna do? She like, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, okay? We then see the boys having a conversation at the funeral or whatever. We see, but there's a cop car back there. We're gonna talk about that in 1 second. So Jake, Kevin, and Papa talking or whatever. Jake brings up how it's a lot of people who wanted Ronnie dead for killing Cookie or whatever. And Kevin said, but at least he saved my sister. You know what I'm saying? Jake like, well, that'll make him no saint. And Papa gonna say, yeah, but a saint ain't nothing but a sinner who got up again. You know what I'm saying? I heard that on some song by either Yolanda Adams or Donnie McClurkin. When they said, oh, that gay dude, he said, well, not no more. I said, y'all would not talk about Donnie McClurkin, who used to be gay. Anyway, so as they talking, as we see the police are pulling up from behind. They're like, what the police doing here? What's going on? The police pull up and they're like, Stanley Jackson. Look like, who is Stanley? Who is Stanley Jackson? We see that as Papa Preaching Daddy's name. I never knew his name or whatever. They arresting Papa Preaching Daddy, okay? Whose real name is Stanley Jackson. He like, what did I do? This must be a mistake. Now, we don't find out what he do. They don't tell him why he's been arrested. He's been arrested in front of everyone at the gravesite for Ronnie. And I'm looking like, what is going on? We have no idea. Now, at the house, Kevin's house, we see Papa, Kevin, Jake still hanging out, still in that room with that weed pen. I'm looking like, how does Nina never smell weed in there? Does vape pens not have no smell? It has to have some kind of smell. I just feel like it can't be like smellless or completely odorless. I don't know. Anyway, so Papa's stressing because his daddy got arrested. And he's like, my mama won't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to this type of criminal stuff. I don't know how to act in these situations. Oh, and we do? Is what Jake asked. He like, well, yeah, you a whole gang member, and Kevin, he shot somebody. So y'all using this stuff, not me, okay? And then he like, my mom won't give me information, so I feel like, I'm saying, am I the man of the house now if my dad go to jail? Like, I gotta take care of my mom and my Isha. Like, it's just so much. It's just so much. Like, man, look, smoke this vape pen and shut up. Okay, he takes a little hit of it or whatever. He like, now, if if God come, I'm not ready to go. I said, Lord, because he didn't hit the blunt. So we see dude at his office or whatever, and somebody come to see him, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Papa preaching daddy got arrested. He's like, for what? For money laundering. I'm looking like, well, money laundering through who? For what? Like, I need more information or whatever. And he like, you know what I'm saying? Now he don't want to go to prison, and so he's singing like a canary. And he like, oh, okay, let's walk and talk. I'm looking like, but who? Because look, we know he took money from Camille. We assume he took money from Duda, but it has to be more into it. But we don't really get anything right now, whatever. So later on, at the pizza place, okay, we see Jake and Kevin and Papa working or whatever, and then his daddy get there. His daddy out of jail now. And then, you know what I'm saying, he like, me being arrested, it was a misunderstanding. It was a mistake, okay? It wasn't that serious or whatever. So there's no need to worry, son. But I am worried, Dad. He like, look, didn't I teach you that you cannot have faith and fear in the same space? But Dad, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, how faithful are you? Wait, hold it on, son. Now, respect your elder. Don't be out here being rude. Watch him out. You're a child. I won't be a child for long. And he stumped. I'm looking like Papa. But again, Papa's getting older. Papa's not at a point where he believes every single thing his dad says. He needs a little bit more explanation. And sometimes that's the mistake that parents make. You don't want to tell your child anything, which makes them assume everything, and then the whole world is over. And that's what Papa's feeling. And his daddy just don't want to tell him the truth of the matter or whatever. So we then see that Kevin and Jay call Maisha to come check on Papa. Because again, Papa's spiraling. Okay, or whatever. So him and Maisha go sit down at the little diner, whatever, chit-chatting. Maisha gives him her M chain. Because you want it to be official, now be official. Everybody can know that you're my boyfriend. And I'm your girlfriend. You're my king. I'm your queen. They were having such grown-up teenage 18, 19-year-old Karla. I love how, you know what I'm saying, I can talk to you and you help me realize I can be myself and I don't have to always be perfect. I love you for letting me, for seeing me and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. And so cute. And so she asked him, like, well, have you talked to your dad? He's like, well, no, you know what I'm saying? And he won't tell me nothing. And I don't want to keep asking things because I'm trying to follow the Bible that says honor thy father. She's like, sometimes you have to honor yourself. Okay, you have a right to ask because what he did is no longer adult business because he was arrested in front of everybody. So now something is up and he needs to talk to you. You need to ask him what's going on. And next time I love you too, Papa. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, so we then see Papa. Papa goes and talks to his father. And he like, Dad, did you do it? No, did you do something? Like, what did you use that money for Camille on? He said, I use it to help people, son. To help people or to help us? Well, yeah, I also use it to help us because we need things, son. But Dad, we don't want the world and all these things, Dad. We just want you. He like, what, son? I'm not a bad man. I'm just an ambitious one. And what kind of man will I be, Dad? Son, a better man than me. And they hugged, and it was like, at first, Papa wouldn't hug his dad back, then he hugged his dad back, because again, it's Papa's first experience with realizing your dad ain't perfect. and him admitting, I'm not perfect, son. I'm not. I'm just trying to do the best I know how, and I hope that you become a better man than me. It was real cute. It was real cute. Okay, on to Emmett's story. Okay, so Emmett and Tiffany go to therapy because they in couple therapy or whatever, and they tell her, we're getting married. She's like, oh, really? Like, yeah, why y'all rushing to get married? Oh, because this, it's about time or whatever. She's like, yeah, but are y'all sure y'all ready for marriage? Because the whole time, like, we're going to get married, we can save money, what I'm saying? With my new business and her business, we can get our own place and this and that and that and this. And they are just talking so optimistically blind, in my opinion, because y'all know it ain't gonna be that easy, that happy go lucky, because Emmett just cheated, and Tiffany is just happy to be engaged and married because she does love Emmett, but Emmett ain't shit, okay? But anyway, they're like, yeah, we think we ready to get married. She's like, are y'all trying to convince me or y'all self? They're like, what you mean? She's like, look, don't let this dashiki and these degrees fool you. I am from the city, okay? I'm from the streets, okay? And let me be honest with y'all. You both need to be mature enough to handle marriage, because you cannot go into a marriage lightly. You cannot rush into it just because you want to be married. Like, that's not how it go or whatever. And they're like, so is you gonna give us your blessing or not? She's like, y'all don't need my blessing to get married. You know what? You right. And then they leave. I'm looking like, I don't think they not even ready to be a couple. Y'all living on his mama's couch in her living room with y'all baby. Y'all have other things to worry about, okay? But anyway, we then see Emmett and Tiffany at Jada's apartment and everything, trying on wedding clothes. She's in the room with Jada with dresses. He's in the living room with Darnell with suits or whatever. And they like, how did you afford all this stuff, Darnell? You know what I'm saying? It's expensive. You know what I'm saying? My suits and her dress. How you do that? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I know someone. They helped me out. He's like, okay, fine. But as he's put on his suit jacket, he realized the security tag is on the arm of. I'm looking like this nigga that stole the wedding clothes. He like, man, what is this? He like, what? I know the owner. He just forgot. He forgot shit. You stole it, Darnell. He then goes into the room with Tiffany. He's like, we can't keep this. She's like, why not? You can't see me before the wedding. He's like, the shit is stolen. We can't get married in stolen clothes. She's like, we not gonna wear it again. Am I gonna be free? I'm looking like, Lord. Darnell gonna say, I knew I liked you. Now, in the room before this happened or whatever, with Tiffany and Jada talking, and she like, thanks for being able to help me, and step in where my mom can't, because her mom don't want her marrying Emmett, so she's not supportive right now. And they're like, if you was my daughter, I would not want you to marry my son. He's not perfect. She's like, no one's perfect, but he's perfect for me. I'm looking like, why? No, he's not. You deserve, girl. I get, but she said, he stepped up and changed so much. And she's like, yeah, he has, but he has more changes to do. Jada tried her best to like not tell Tiff what to do, but she's suggesting Tiff, maybe not. So we then see Tiffany's having a bridal shower and Emmett is having his bachelor party. I'm like, whatever. Tiffany is dressed in like lingerie, even though everybody else is in regular clothes. Looking like, was she the only one that got the lingerie memo? But I digress or whatever. We see Jada's hosting it. It's Jada, Tiffany, and like 3 girls, and that's it. But Jay, like him, I'm happy that I gained you as a daughter. I know my son ain't shit and y'all might divorce later, but at least I'll still have you as my daughter. I'm paraphrasing or whatever. We then see a whole female stripper comes through. A whole female stud stripper comes through, okay, in her sports bra and boxes or whatever. And it's because Jada said, well, Tiffany said she don't like male strippers. So she got a female stripper, but a stud stripper. So they had a good time at her bachelor party at the house. Now, Emmett and Darnell went to a spa, okay, to relax. Because as Darnell said, 1, strippers was too expensive. They could not do strippers. And 2, he didn't have any of Emmett's friends' phone numbers. So it's just him and Emmett. The fact that Darnell is at a spa and he is naked with that damn earpiece in his ear is hilarious to me, okay? But I do want to say both Darnell and Emmett looks good naked, okay? But anyway, I'm saying, he like, so you're gonna get Tiffany to sign a prenup, because like if you get rich, what you plan to do, I'm saying, if you fuck up and she leaves you, she gonna want all your money, okay? That's what they do. They get pissed at you, they want your money, and it's a whole headache. Darnell is speaking from his own cheating experience in ways. And even though Emmett is a whole cheater, it's not guaranteed the same thing that happened to Darnell would happen with Emmett. And Emmett says, no, I'm not going to go through the whole prenup thing or whatever. He's like, okay, well, fine. At least have her get her tubes. I said, you could not tell Emmett to force Tiff to get a tube. Darnell, shut up. And that is what Emmett says. Darnell, please stop talking. Just stop talking. But you can tell the whole time Emmett didn't really feel relaxed for some reason. I was like, it's a spa. It's the one place that you can relax, let your hair down, and chill out. So when they sitting around waiting for their massages, the people come in and say, okay, y'all ready for y'all couples massage? He was like, couple? We ain't no couple. This fool Darnell said I had a coupon, and the only way this massage is free is if it's a couples massage. We'll be on two different sides of the room. You know what I'm saying? So it was okay. I'm not finna be up in here, getting massage while you over trying to fuck. I'm like, well, I mean, Darnell probably would try to fuck the massage lady. So Emmett leaves. Darnell stayed. I mean, girl, not a couples free massage with your son, but he just goes home. Tiffany is there. She said how much of a good time she had or whatever. They both said how they happy to get married. You know what I'm saying? And Emmett look at her because Emmett know he not perfect. He know it's not that he has to be perfect. Emmett not ready. He's not ready. But he says, "Are you? I'm not perfect, right? No one's perfect, okay? No one is perfect." And then he proceeds to eat her out on his mom's couch. I'm so tired of them eating out on the couch. This is kind of, is what it is. So we then see they had the justice of the peace, and they get married. They down there, and the dress was really, really cute. His suit was really, really nice. Jada looks nice. Darnell looks nice. Everyone looks nice. Emmett had Kevin there, but Kevin brought Gemma. And they fully got married, okay? And Jada told him right before, you need to act in her absence the same way you would act in her presence. Meaning, don't be fucking around on your wife. Okay, don't do that. But the fact that Emmett is married, but the season started with a wedding, and it's ending with a wedding. I mean, it is what it is, and now they are husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Emmett and Tiffany. I don't know how I feel about that. So we then see over at Camille's headquarters, Lena Waithe that sit on the phone, like, yeah, I know. I'm not going to concede to all the votes accounted. I know. And then Roslyn comes in looking a little bit upset, okay? And she's like, why would you not use the info on Doodah, you know what I'm saying, to win a race already? Like, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? It's the info that she know that Jake got out of Doodah's safe or whatever, that we now see, she haven't even used it just yet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's like, look, I know that you only want me to use that, you know what I'm saying, because you want me to be a pawn in your scheme to take him down because he isn't treating you the way you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? I can't be used as no pawn. I don't want to win that way. I mean, are you sure? And Rosalind said, we both know Doodah ain't shit. Camille said, I know Doodah not shit, but you marry him, so what does that make you? I mean, that's the whole read, but I digress or whatever. So sorry, boo-boo. Good luck to you, but I can't do your dirty work for you. Have a good life. Love the red lipstick. Really, really pretty dress. Bye now. And so Rosalind leaves upset because technically that probably was what she was waiting for to happen. She was mad at Doodah, so she let Jake get it, knowing that Jake and them would take that to her, but they assume Camille, being the crook that she kind of is, will use it, and she ain't want to. I mean, I would have, but I digress. Now we see Trig and Imani getting ready for the court case to see who's gonna get custody of Jake. And he's nervous. He's very, very nervous. He's scared to lose. He's scared to win. He like, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't want to lose Jake. He said, what happens if we win? And Imani said, then we'll be a family. He's like, okay. But what if I don't know, how to lead a family? She said, well, then we'll lead together. I said, come on now. You know what? I like Imani. They don't use her enough, in my opinion. But I'm like, I hope that she's also a regular, next season or whatever. So we then see them in court and everything or whatever, and in the elevator we do see Jake say the trick. I'm saying, I don't care what the judge say. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you still my family. Okay, and in the court, he tells the judge, I'm saying, I want to live with my brother and Imani. You know what I'm saying? I know they're not perfect or whatever, but they love me, they care for me, they love each other, and I feel safe with them. I think it's best for me to stay with them. And when the judge said, like, well, were you not being taken care of, with Doodah or whatever? He said, Trig is my family, and I need to be a family. We then see the Doodah ain't even there. Doodah did not even show up for court. Okay, I'm like, how do you not show up for court when you want the whole kid or whatnot? And Roz and her lawyer and the lawyers there, like, it must be some kind of issue. He know how important it's like. I don't know why he not here. And the judge say, since he isn't here, him not showing up, I have to file. I have to go in favor of Trig or whatever. Hit Trig and Jake hug or whatever. They're happy. It's a whole family hug, and Rosin leave, and she's pissed off or whatever. Now we do see, Jake at the pizzeria now with Papa and Kevin saying how he's going to quit work at the pizzeria because I can't keep working it now. I can't be working for Doodah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with him no more. I'm with Trig or whatever. I'm like, well, I guess or whatever. Anyway, we then see at Camille's office, she's giving a whole I lost speech. Thank y'all for being here for me speech. The work isn't done speech. We have more work to do even though we lost the mayor's run speech. And thank you all for your hard work and dedication. I was like, we need all that, but I guess so. We then see Doodah and Rosin at the house. And she's like, so why did you miss the hearing for Jake? He says, why can I, go for getting one brother where I can own them both? And he smiled, and I'm looking like, what? So he missed the hearing on purpose. I was like, I didn't see that coming, but I guess it is what it is. We then see, at the house or whatever, Jake and Imani is in there, eating dinner or whatever. I don't know what Trig at. And he asked her, like, what does manslaughter mean? Because at the court hearing, I'm assuming they had to read out the charge that Imani had before when she was younger. And so she's feeling like it's when somebody kills somebody, but, it's not their fault. You know, I killed my father because he wanted a son. And then Jake said, oh, I know what you are. She's like, and what's that? He's like, you was born one way, but on the inside, you felt some way. You felt like you were somebody different. You know what I'm saying? You're trans. And she's like, okay, and how do you feel about that? You're like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't mean that you're a bad person, whatever. You cool with me. I'm like, that's kind of cool. That was cute or whatever. And so, he brings about he learned about it in his school, his fancy ass, expensive ass school. And he asked if he can keep going, if they can afford to keep him in school. She's like, we'll work it out. We will work it out or whatever. He then gets up to go watch TV, but he leaves his dishes at the table. She's like, if I cook and you clean the dishes, oh, that's how it's gonna be? You bossing me around and shit? You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be? She's like, look, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna be here or whatever, we have to be family, whatever, we have to act like one. I'm not your mom, but I do need to teach you responsibility, okay? Because you can't up your eye thinking you grown because you're not. You're a whole kid or whatever. I had a whole shitty stepmom, and I'm not trying to have that, but I do need you to know that you have to respect me, okay? So please go wash the dishes. And he goes and washes the dishes or whatever, and she says thank you. And what I can appreciate was Jake is usually a whole asshole, but Imani talked to him in a way that was like, I'm not trying to boss you around, but you do have to learn how to be responsible, and you are going to have to know that we are, the parental figures to you, and you have to listen and respect that. You can't be out here being rude, cussing and fussing over some bullshit and whatnot. And I like that he listened, because somebody need to beat his ass, eventually or whatever. So we then see Jada and Keisha talking, and Jada is like, I'm happy you want to talk to me about what's going on. And then Keisha like, my mom just wants to like hold my hand through it, you know what I'm saying, but that's not really what I need. I need someone to talk to about what I'm supposed to do. And Jada explained, like, I was your age when I got pregnant with Emmett. And the thing I wish had happened then was I wish someone would have told me about my options. Back then, the only option that anyone talked about was, you pregnant, you're having a baby. And that's it. And Keisha thing was, I'm scared. I'm just scared to make the wrong choice. And I love that Jada said to her, like, whatever choice you make is the right choice because it's your choice. Like, no one else can tell you that your choice was right or wrong because it's your decision. But she also brings up, like, I think there's someone else that you can talk to who may be better equipped to advise you on what you could or should do or whatever. So I'm like, what's going on here? We then see she brings in Tiffany. And when she brings in Tiffany don't know what's going on. And then Keisha's like, I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh, okay. and you don't know, which one to do. She was like, no, I'm trying to figure things out or whatever. And then Tiff goes into the conversation of, me and Emmett had this situation happen last year. I found out I was pregnant, what I'm saying? I did not know what to do, but I took a couple weeks and just kept thinking about what I wanted to do, and I realized I could only handle the kid I had. And so, we chose to not have a kid. So we now know that Tiffany got an abortion. I figured that. I felt like we didn't have, it's good that they had her say it, but again, I figured out that's what, look, I figured that's what had happened. And then she tells Keisha, so, you have to trust yourself and knowing whatever you choose to do is the right thing to do, whatever. Because it's your choice. It's really your choice. And Keisha's like, thank you. Just thank you. And it was cute to see they hugged. Keisha was sitting there and Tiff got up and gave her a hug. Because again, it's just two young black girls discussing their circumstances and their situation, to where one got pregnant by her boyfriend, but she still realized him saying, I can't handle more than one kid right now, so I have to have an abortion. Or the other one was kidnapped and raped and got pregnant, and now she just wonders, like, can I have this baby? Or can I not have this baby? Because either way it goes, that's a huge burden to put on someone or whatnot. So we do see, Keisha and Nina at the doctor's office or whatever, and Keisha just sitting there, like, just staring off, at the wall or whatever. And he's like, are you okay? And Keisha kind of has tears in her eyes. She's like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. So in the lobby, it's like, do you want to have this baby? Can you raise this baby? And Keisha's like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to go back in there. You know what I'm saying? And they say everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? What if Ronnie mom would have aborted him? Like, how do I know that this didn't happen for a reason? Because if Ronnie mama had aborted him, what would have happened to me? And she's just she's really torn between what the fuck she's supposed to do. And I think the crazy part about this is what people talk about. So where if someone, is raped or whatever, and they get pregnant, like, it should be their choice on keeping or aborting the baby. No one should be forced to do one or the other. And so Keisha's just not trying to make a rash decision, but she feels torn either way. Okay. And so at the house, we see Keisha in the room crying with Nina, talking like, whatever you choose to do, we'll be here for you. Like, we will help you through whatever your decision is. And Kevin comes in, is here and crying like, help her with what? And Keisha looks up and she's crying. She's like, I'm pregnant. He's like, with that crazy man's baby? You can't keep it. And he like, Nina then said, Kevin, stop. It's not your choice. It's not your decision. You can't. And he just kind of stumps off and leaves, because for him, it's one way for him. You can't keep this baby. You may feel that way, Kevin, but it's not your choice. It's Keisha's choice. And either way it go, forcing someone to have an abortion is also as traumatizing as keeping a baby from rape. You know what I'm saying? Both of them will be with you forever regardless. You know what I'm saying? So we then see Kevin goes by to see Gemma, because he done had a whole hard day. Okay, a whole hard day. And he brings up how he just doesn't want to talk about all the things going on right now. Oh, he's gonna just keep all inside? He's like, well, yeah. And she's like, I did that before too, until I tried to kill myself. He's like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm in therapy, whatever. I had to get therapy for it because, I just kept too much inside and kind of, lost it or whatever. He's like, I didn't know you was in therapy. She's like, yeah, you don't really tell people that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like an open conversation. But my therapy has helped me a lot. He then admits how he was also in therapy before. Oh, well, maybe you should go back to it. It may help you express how you're feeling or whatever. Because I told my therapist that I want you to be my first. He's like, oh, really? And what did he say? He said, just to make sure that it's the right thing I want to do. And he said, well, are you sure? And she said, well, yeah. We then see them in the bed. I was like, I bet not see no humping and no hunching. I want to see no moving, because that's child porn. Okay, I want to see that shit. But it's just them in the bed. He have his little t-shirt on or whatever. She has a robe on, but they had sex or whatnot. And he like, was it supposed to be that fast? And she was like, probably. They always say that. I Googled it. It's like, no, I didn't expect you to be all long or whatever. He said, oh, but in porn, it's like, yeah, porn is a lie. Like, it makes it seem like it's that long, but really not. I'm like, girl, okay. Anyway, so now they not virgins no more. I'm like, oh my God. No, the kids are losing their kidness or whatever. So we then see Trick and the Molly's at home. You hear knock, knock, knock on the door. Okay, and who is it? It is Mayor Doodah. Okay, coming to talk to Trig. So at the house, Doodah like, no hard feelings about, what I'm saying, anything. He like, what you try to have me killed? Nigga, if I want you dead, you be dead. He like, man, whatever, what you want? I'm saying, he like, you know what, now that I'm mayor, I would like to keep paying for Jake's school. I don't want your money. He like, no, it won't be a handout. You have to earn it because I'm mayor now, and I need someone to run my other business. Okay, and who better than a street nigga like you? Nah. I'm in the house. I'm good. I don't want none of that shit in my life. Leave me be now. He like, look, I missed the court hearing on purpose, okay? Because it ain't nowhere on God's green earth that any judge would have gave you custody over me. Okay, so with me being mayor, you can run the streets however you want, and I have everything you will need. I'm gonna replace the chief of police with my head of security or whatever, so you won't even have to be bothered by the police. I'll teach you the game. Okay, you can be the man you want to be in these streets or whatever. And Trig says okay and takes the deal. I'm like, I feel like Trig knew he had no choice but to take the deal because he's the mayor. Who's more powerful than the mayor? I mean, the governor, but still, it's the whole thing. He could have left, yeah, but I mean, he kind of had no choice because of the power that Doodah now has. Saying no, it's like death. He'll probably have you killed or whatever, but I digress. But Trick, you can tell he's pissed that he knew he had to take the deal or whatever, and now he just stuck in the bush of it all. And so we then see, Evan and Tiffany after their wedding, kissing and fucking on the couch again, you know what I'm saying? We see Maisha and Papa walking around wearing each other's chains, you know what I'm saying? We see Trig, Jake, and Imani at the house laughing at the family, whatever, having a good old time. We see Kevin leaving Gemma's house again because they keep having sex now. They fucking order Sam or whatnot. We see Nina and Dre at the house smoking some weed, kissing and dancing or whatever. And then we see Keisha in the bed just watching the ceiling, and then she kind of just gets up and goes for a run by herself. And that was the whole episode. The season finale didn't really have me feel like, oh my God, I can't wait to season 4. Like, there was no cliffhanger. I feel like they ended the season to say, hey, next season we're gonna have all new shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Again, it wasn't a bad thing, but I still feel like I was like, that's it. Okay, so I mean, that's it. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm JayLee. Peace.